My name's Marie-Therese Main and I'm the Exhibitions Officer here at Durham Cathedral. We're standing in the Monks' Dormitory and it's the main permanent exhibition space within Open Treasure. It tells the history of the cathedral and of Christianity in the northeast and of St Cuthbert. The first thing you see are these magnificent carved stones. These are probably the most comprehensive collection of carved Anglo-Saxon stone sculpture in the world, and they set the scene beautifully. They tell us the story of the early Christian traditions, the foundation of the great monasteries such as Wearmouth and Jarrow and Lindisfarne. That then leads us to the story of St Cuthbert, our patron saint, and the reason that Durham Cathedral is here today. This is the timeline of the cathedral and it explores the history of Durham Cathedral from when St Cuthbert arrived here in 995 right through to the present day. On one half you've got the history of the cathedral itself and of Durham. On the other side, a typical monastic day. But then there's a break, and that's the Reformation. There was a break, a big upheaval, but also a continuity. We're still here. And so history continues on one side, but instead of a monastic day, we've now got a typical cathedral day as you can experience it. This is our collections gallery. It's the most museum-like of all the spaces in Open Treasure. And this is where we show temporary exhibitions, which change roughly every 3 or 4 months. Here we have the most fragile and precious items from the collections. We can't have them on permanent display because they would be damaged. We also bring in loans from other museums, other galleries, other organisations. The exhibition at the moment is on the theme of the Tudors, the family and faith in Durham. This will be on until June, and then over the summer we're having an exhibition on miners, looking at that long history of the mining communities in Durham and the northeast. So here we are now in our 14th century Great Kitchen, which is an astonishing architectural space. There's been a lot of work done on this in preparation for the Open Treasure exhibition. Our stonemasons have cleaned and repaired a lot of the stonework in here, and there's always work for them going on around site. You'll probably see them working as you're moving around the cathedral.
Well, looking after a building as wonderful as the cathedral is a huge privilege, but it's also a huge responsibility. And so we are very much reliant on public support to enable us to look after the building. And it's the building that houses everything that we do here. So it enables us to do a huge amount of work, from conservation, from the likes that you've seen here, to deliver all the kinds of different ways in which people can engage with the cathedral, take part in educational activities, come here for services and events, and basically engage with the life and the mission of the cathedral.
On display in this room we have the treasures of St Cuthbert, the objects so closely associated with his life and his sainthood, his life after death as well. Centrepiece is the carved wooden coffin which the monks carried him in from Lindisfarne. But we've got other objects which were recovered from his tomb in 1827, the famous pectoral cross, his ivory comb, his portable altar, and also the objects from the later history of the cathedral, the original sanctuary ring. You can see a replica on the north door now, but the original is on display in here, and the famous Conyers falchion as well. This is Durham. This is history. Make your own history at Durham Cathedral, the best cathedral on planet Earth.